First contact. The vast expanse of space had always called to Dr. Ilara Chen. As she stood in the bustling control room of the Planetary Defense Initiative's headquarters, her eyes fixed on the massive screens displaying an enigmatic signal, she felt a shiver of excitement. After years of scanning the cosmos, they had finally found something. "Dr. Chen, take a look at this," called out her colleague, Dr. Marcus Okafor, his voice tight with barely contained enthusiasm. "The signal's pattern, it's too regular to be natural." Ilara rushed over, her heart pounding. As she analyzed the data, her eyes widened. "You're right, Marcus. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for." Within hours, news of the discovery spread like wildfire. Governments convened emergency sessions, religious leaders sought meaning in ancient texts, and social media exploded with speculation. Humanity stood on the precipice of a new era. As the days passed, Earth's brightest minds worked tirelessly to decipher the alien message. Ilara and her team barely slept, fueled by a mixture of caffeine and sheer determination. Finally, after weeks of intense effort, they cracked the code. It's an invitation," Ilara announced to a room full of world leaders and top scientists. "They're calling us to a specific star system. They want to meet." The revelation sent shockwaves through society. Some celebrated the prospect of peaceful contact, while others warned of potential dangers. Debates raged in every corner of the globe, but one thing became clear: humanity needed to respond. In a historic decision, the United Nations voted to launch humanity's first interstellar expedition. The ship, christened the HS Horizon, would carry Earth's best and brightest on a journey that would change the course of human history. As the chief xenolinguist, Ilara found herself at the heart of the mission. She watched with a mixture of pride and trepidation as the horizon took shape in Earth's orbit, a testament to human ingenuity and cooperation. The day of launch arrived with fanfare and solemnity. Millions watched as the sleek vessel broke free from Earth's gravity, carrying the hopes and dreams of an entire species. Ilara felt the weight of responsibility as she settled into her quarters, knowing that her ability to communicate with the aliens could make or break the mission. The journey was long and fraught with challenges. The crew faced everything from equipment malfunctions to the psychological strain of deep space travel. But through it all, they persevered, driven by the knowledge that they were making history with every light year crossed. As they approached their destination, anticipation reached a fever pitch. The alien star system came into view, a breathtaking spectacle of cosmic beauty. But it was what they found orbiting the system's third planet that left them speechless. A massive structure hung in space, its design unlike anything humanity had ever conceived. It pulsed with energy, sending out regular signals, the very same that had led them here. "My God," whispered Captain Yuki Tanaka as she stared at the view screen. "It's some kind of space station." Ilara felt a mix of awe and unease as she studied the alien construct. Something about its design struck her as odd, but she couldn't quite put her finger on what. As the horizon approached, the alien station suddenly burst to life. Lights danced across its surface, and a new signal reached out to their ship. "They're hailing us," Ilara announced, her hands flying over her console. "I'm translating now." The message that came through sent a chill down her spine. "Humans of Earth, you have been judged and found wanting. Your species represents a threat to galactic harmony. Prepare for assimilation or annihilation. Resistance is futile." The control room fell silent as the implications sank in. They had come seeking friendship and knowledge, only to find hostility and danger. Captain Tanaka's voice cut through the shocked silence. "Battle stations. Prepare for emergency jump." As alarms blared and the crew scrambled to their posts, Ilara's mind raced. How had they misinterpreted the signal so badly? What had humanity done to earn this judgment? The horizon shuddered as energy beams lashed out from the alien station. Shields strained under the assault as Captain Tanaka barked orders, guiding their ship in a desperate, evasive dance. "We need to warn Earth," Ilara shouted over the chaos. "They have to prepare." As the Horizon's engines flared to life, preparing for the jump back to Earth, Ilara caught a glimpse of more alien ships emerging from behind the station. Her blood ran cold as she realized the true scale of the threat they faced. In that moment, as their ship hurtled back towards home with a terrible warning, Ilara knew that nothing would ever be the same. Humanity had reached for the stars, only to find that the cosmos held dangers beyond their darkest imaginings. The race to save Earth had begun, and Ilara silently vowed to do whatever it took to protect her home and her species. As the stars blurred around them, she clenched her fists, determination burning in her eyes. Humanity may have been judged, but they would not go quietly into the night. Little did the aliens know, they had awakened a sleeping giant. The spirit that had carried humans from caves to the stars still burned bright, and now it would be tested as never before. The Stardust Rebellion was about to begin. Shattered peace. The Horizon's return to Earth was met with a mixture of celebration and dread. As news of the alien threat spread, panic gripped the planet. Governments scrambled to respond, militaries went on high alert, and civilians stockpiled supplies. The age of innocence was over. Dr. Ilara Chen found herself thrust into the spotlight, briefing world leaders on the alien message and technology. "Their capabilities far exceed our own," she explained, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "But there's something we have that they might not expect. Diversity. Our greatest strength lies in our differences, our ability to think and adapt in ways they may not anticipate." While Ilara worked to understand the alien threat, others prepared for war. General Sandra Hawkins, a veteran of countless Earthbound conflicts, now faced the challenge of defending against an extraterrestrial foe. "We need to pool our resources," she argued in a tense UN session. "Every nation, every military, we stand together, or we fall alone." As the days turned to weeks, Earth's defenses grew. Mothballed weapons were reactivated, new technologies fast-tracked, and a global early warning system established. But would it be enough? The answer came sooner than anyone expected. On a quiet Tuesday morning, alarms blared across every continent. The alien fleet had arrived, their massive ships darkening skies from New York to New Delhi. "This is not a drill," General Hawkins' voice rang out over emergency broadcasts. "All civilians proceed to designated shelters." "This is not a drill." Ilara watched in horror from the command center as the first attacks began. Energy beams lanced down from the alien ships, targeting military installations and communication hubs. Earth's hastily prepared defenses struck back, missiles and energy weapons flaring against the invaders' shields. But it quickly became clear that humanity was outmatched. For every alien ship damage, two more seemed to take its place. Cities burned, millions fled, and governments teetered on the brink of collapse. In the chaos, an unlikely hero emerged. Zara Patel, a young engineer from Mumbai, had been working on experimental shield technology when the invasion began. As alien forces approached her lab, she made a desperate gamble, overclocking the prototype to cover not just the building, but the entire block. To everyone's shock, it worked. The alien weapons splashed harmlessly against Zara's improvised defense. Word of her success spread like wildfire, offering a glimmer of hope in the darkness. Meanwhile, in the skies above, the crew of the Horizon found themselves on the front lines once more. Captain Yuki Tanaka's experience with alien technology proved invaluable as she led daring hit-and-run attacks against the invaders. "We can't match them ship for ship," she told her crew, determination burning in her eyes. "But we can outsmart them. Use every trick, every tactic. Show them what humans are made of." On the ground, communities banded together in the face of overwhelming odds. In the ruins of London, a group of survivors led by former schoolteacher Thomas Blackwell established a network of hidden shelters and supply caches. Their resilience inspired others, and soon similar groups sprang up around the world. As the alien assault intensified, Dr. Marcus Okafor, made a startling discovery. Analyzing data from the ongoing battles, he noticed a pattern in the enemy's attacks. They're not just destroying, he realized. They're searching for something. Ilara and her team worked feverishly to decipher intercepted alien communications. The truth they uncovered was both a relief and a new source of dread. Earth harbored something the aliens desperately wanted, a mysterious artifact of immense power hidden somewhere on the planet. This changes everything, General Hawkins declared when briefed on the finding. If we can locate this artifact before they do, we might have a chance. But time was running out. With each passing day, more of Earth fell under alien control. Resistance groups fought valiantly, but they were losing ground. The turning point came when a massive alien ship, larger than any seen before, took up position over the United Nations headquarters in New York. A booming voice, heard in every language simultaneously, delivered an ultimatum: surrender the artifact, or watch your world burn. In secret bunkers and hidden bases around the globe, Earth's remaining leaders convened an emergency session. The debate was fierce. Some argued for continued resistance, others for negotiation. But it was Ilara who proposed a daring plan. "We can't win this war conventionally," she said, her voice steady despite the weight of her words. "But we have something they don't expect: a hidden fleet." Murmurs of confusion rippled through the assembly. General Hawkins leaned forward, intrigued. "What hidden fleet?" Ilara took a deep breath. "Before the invasion, I discovered references in ancient texts to a secret human space force, established centuries ago by a coalition of world governments. If it exists, it could be our last hope." The revelation was met with skepticism and hope in equal measure. It seemed impossible, and yet, in a world turned upside down by alien invasion, was anything truly beyond belief? As the alien countdown ticked away, a desperate plan took shape. While the world's remaining conventional forces prepared for a last-ditch assault to buy time, Ilara and a hand-picked team would embark on a perilous mission to uncover the truth behind the hidden fleet. The fate of humanity now rested on a legend, a desperate gamble, and the unbreakable spirit of a species fighting for its very existence. The next phase of the Stardust Rebellion was about to begin, and with it, the true test of humanity's resolve. As Ilara prepared for the mission that would determine Earth's future, she looked out at the ravaged planet she called home. The aliens had shattered the peace, but they had underestimated the strength they would awaken in their would-be victims. Humanity had been knocked down, but they were far from out. The battle for Earth, and for the very soul of humanity, was about to enter its most crucial phase: hidden strengths. The search for Earth's hidden fleet began in earnest, a race against time as alien forces tightened their grip on the planet. Dr. Ilara Chen led a diverse team of experts, each chosen for their unique skills and knowledge. They scoured ancient texts, decoded cryptic messages, and followed a trail of clues that spanned continents. Their journey took them from the frozen wastes of Antarctica to the dense jungles of the Amazon, each location revealing another piece of the puzzle. Along the way, they faced not only the constant threat of alien patrols, but also the challenges of a world in chaos. In the ruins of an old observatory in Chile, the team made a breakthrough. Dr. Raj Kapoor, a brilliant astrophysicist, deciphered a star map hidden within an ancient artifact. "It's not just a fleet," he exclaimed, eyes wide with excitement. "It's a base, a full-scale space station hidden in the Oort cloud." The revelation energized the team, but reaching the hidden base posed a new challenge. Their salvation came in an unexpected form. Zara Patel, the young engineer whose shield technology had saved countless lives. She had been working on adapting her designs to spacecraft, and now offered a prototype that could get them past the alien blockade. As Ilara's team prepared for their daring mission, the situation on Earth grew more desperate. General Sandra Hawkins coordinated a global counteroffensive, a last-ditch effort to buy time. Resistance cells around the world launched simultaneous attacks, targeting alien supply lines and communication hubs. In orbit, Captain Yuki Tanaka led a flotilla of Earth's remaining ships in a series of bold raids. Her tactics were unorthodox, using asteroids as cover, setting traps in planetary rings, and even using the sun's radiation to mask their approach. Each small victory boosted morale and kept the aliens off balance. The day of the mission arrived. Ilara's team boarded their modified ship, the Starlight, knowing the fate of humanity rested on their shoulders. As they prepared to launch, a transmission came through from Thomas Blackwell, the former teacher now leading London's resistance. "We've intercepted alien communications," he reported, his voice tight with urgency. "They're planning a major push. Whatever you're going to do it fast. We'll hold them as long as we can." With grim determination, the Starlight blasted off, using Zora's experimental shields to slip past the alien blockade. As Earth receded behind them, Ilara felt the weight of billions of lives on her conscience. They had one shot at this. Failure was not an option. The journey to the edge of the solar system was tense, each moment bringing the risk of discovery. But Zara's shields held, and the alien patrols remained oblivious to their passage. As they approached the coordinates from the star map, anticipation built. At first, they saw nothing but the endless void of space. Then, as if by magic, a massive structure shimmered into view. The hidden base was real, and it was beyond anything they had imagined. As they docked with the station, Ilara's team moved cautiously, unsure what they would find. The interior was dark, powered down to avoid detection. But as they explored, systems began to come online, responding to their presence. In the central command room, they made an astonishing discovery. The base wasn't just a hiding place for a fleet. It was an archive of humanity's most advanced technologies, hidden away for centuries. "Look at this," Dr. Marcus Okafor breathed, examining a holographic display. Antimatter drives, gravity manipulation, even rudimentary teleportation tech. "We've had these capabilities for decades, maybe centuries." The implications were staggering. Humanity had possessed the means to stand against the alien threat all along, but the knowledge had been hidden, deemed too dangerous for widespread use. As the team worked to reactivate the base and its hidden fleet, they uncovered more secrets. The artifact the aliens sought was here, part of the station's power core. And with it came a warning. Its power could destroy worlds if misused. Ilara faced a moral dilemma. The artifact's power could turn the tide against the aliens, but at what cost? The very thing that could save humanity might also prove its undoing. Time was running out. Reports from Earth spoke of massive alien troop movements, a final push to crush the remaining resistance. Ilara knew they had to act, but the weight of the decision pressed heavily upon her. In the end, it was a message from Captain Tanaka that decided it. "The aliens have breached the last defenses," she reported, her voice heavy with exhaustion. "We can't hold out much longer. Whatever you found up there, we need it now." With a heavy heart, Ilara gave the order. The hidden fleet was activated, its ships more advanced than anything humanity had fielded before. The artifact's power was channeled, not as a weapon, but as a shield, a bubble of energy that could protect Earth from the alien onslaught. As the fleet prepared to jump back to Earth, Ilara addressed the crew. "What we do today will echo through history," she said, her voice firm. "We go not just to save our world, but to show the universe the true strength of humanity. Not our weapons or our technology, but our spirit, our unwillingness to bow to tyranny, our ability to unite in the face of overwhelming odds." The fleet jumped, emerging from hyperspace in Earth orbit. The sight that greeted them was one of devastation, but also of hope. Despite everything, pockets of resistance still fought on, a testament to human resilience. As the hidden fleet engaged the alien Armada, the artifact's shield sprang to life around Earth. The aliens' weapons splashed harmlessly against it, buying precious time for the counterattack to begin. The battle that followed would be remembered for generations. Earth's hidden fleet, piloted by crews hastily trained but burning with determination, clashed with the alien forces. They were outnumbered, but their advanced technology and the element of surprise gave them an edge. On the ground, resistance fighters cheered as alien ships fell from the sky. General Hawkins coordinated a global offensive, reclaiming territories thought lost. Zara Patel's shield technology, combined with the artifact's power, created safe zones where civilians could emerge from hiding. The tide was turning. Humanity, so close to the brink of extinction, was fighting back with a ferocity that shocked their alien opponents. The Stardust Rebellion, born in humanity's darkest hour, was becoming a revolution that would reshape the galaxy. As the battle raged on, Ilara knew this was only the beginning. Win or lose, humanity would never be the same. They had discovered their hidden strengths, unlocked the secrets of their past, and taken their first real steps into a larger universe. The war for Earth had become a war for the future of all sentient life, and humanity, once dismissed as primitive and weak, was proving to be a force that could shape the very stars themselves. Turning the tide. As the battle for Earth raged on, the true nature of humanity's hidden strengths began to emerge. It wasn't just the advanced technology of the secret fleet that gave them an edge, but the unpredictable, adaptive nature of human tactics and thinking. Captain Yuki Tanaka, now commanding one of the most advanced ships in the hidden fleet, spearheaded a series of daring maneuvers that caught the aliens off guard. She used the gravity wells of planets and moons to slingshot her ships at impossible speeds, executing precision strikes that left the enemy reeling. They think in straight lines, Yuki explained to her crew. We need to think in curves, in spirals, in ways they can't predict. On the ground, the resistance movements led by Thomas Blackwell and others began to exploit weaknesses in the alien ground forces. They discovered that the invaders, for all their technological superiority, struggled with Earth's varied environments and unpredictable weather patterns. In the Amazon rainforest, guerrilla fighters led by Maria dos Santos used the dense foliage and winding rivers to ambush alien patrols. In the Siberian tundra, nomadic tribes taught resistance fighters how to use the harsh climate to their advantage, luring alien units into icy traps. Dr. Marcus Okafor, working with a global team of scientists, made a crucial breakthrough in understanding alien biology. They found that Earth's bacteria, harmless to humans, could be weaponized against the invaders. It's like War of the Worlds, Marcus explained excitedly. But this time, we're using it to our advantage. This discovery led to a new form of biological warfare, with resistance fighters using aerosolized Earth bacteria to incapacitate alien ground forces without harming human populations. Meanwhile, Zara Patel's shield technology continued to evolve. Working with engineers from around the world, she developed mobile shield generators that could be quickly deployed to protect key locations or to create safe corridors for civilian evacuation. As these innovations turned the tide on the ground, the space battle took on a new dimension. Ilara Chen, analyzing alien communication patterns, discovered a fundamental flaw in their network security. They never expected to encounter a species capable of hacking their systems, she realized. It's all centralized, vulnerable to the right kind of attack. With this knowledge, Earth's best hackers and AI specialists launched a coordinated cyber assault on the alien fleet. Ships suddenly found their navigation systems compromised, weapons turning on each other, and life support systems failing. The aliens, caught off guard by the multi-pronged human counterattack, began to retreat. But General Sandra Hawkins knew better than to let up the pressure. We've got them on the run, she announced to the global command. Now's the time to press our advantage. We take back our planet, inch by inch if we have to. The next phase of the war became a grueling campaign of liberation. Human forces, bolstered by the hidden fleet and their new technologies, fought to reclaim occupied territories. Cities were freed, alien strongholds dismantled, and Earth's nations slowly began to rebuild. But the cost was high. Millions had died in the initial invasion and the battles that followed. Entire ecosystems were damaged, cities lay in ruins, and the scars of war ran deep across the planet's surface. As the alien forces retreated to the outer reaches of the solar system, regrouping for what many feared would be another assault, humanity faced a new challenge: how to move forward in a universe they now knew was full of dangers. Ilara, working with a coalition of world leaders and scientific experts, proposed a bold plan. "We can't go back to the way things were," she argued. "We need to take our place among the stars, not just to defend ourselves, but to seek out allies, to understand our place in the galaxy." The idea was met with both excitement and trepidation. The prospect of becoming a true spacefaring civilization was thrilling, but the recent war had left deep wounds and lingering fears. In orbit, work began on expanding the International Space Station into a true spaceport capable of supporting the construction and launch of deep space vessels. The Hidden Fleet's base in the Orc cloud was transformed into humanity's first extrasolar colony and research station. On Earth, the process of rebuilding sparked a new era of global cooperation. Old rivalries fell away in the face of a common goal, preparing humanity for its next great leap. Universities around the world established xenobiology and xenolinguistics departments, studying the wealth of data gathered during the war to better understand alien life. Military academies incorporated lessons learned from the conflict, training a new generation of defenders ready to face threats from beyond the stars. But even as humanity looked to the future with hope, tensions simmered beneath the surface. Questions arose about the origins of the Hidden Fleet and the artifact. Who had built them? Why had they been kept secret for so long? And what other secrets might still be buried, waiting to be uncovered? As the immediate threat receded, political factions began to emerge. Some called for aggressive expansion into space, arguing that the best defense was a strong offense. Others advocated for isolation, wanting to focus on rebuilding Earth and strengthening its defenses against future invasions. Ilara found herself at the center of these debates, trying to chart a course between extremes. "We can't hide from the universe," she argued in a landmark speech to the United Nations. "But neither can we conquer it. We must find a way to coexist, to learn, to grow. The stars are not just our destiny. They're our responsibility." As humanity debated its future, the artifact that had played such a crucial role in Earth's defense became a source of both hope and concern. Its power was undeniable, but so too were the risks it posed. Some saw it as the key to humanity's ascension, others as a Pandora's box best left closed. In a secret facility beneath the Himalayas, a team led by Dr. Raj Kapoor worked to unravel the artifact's mysteries. Each discovery brought new questions, hinting at a cosmic history far more complex than anyone had imagined. As the first year after the invasion drew to a close, humanity stood at a crossroads. They had survived, against all odds. They had discovered strengths they never knew they possessed. But the greatest challenges and adventures still lay ahead. The Stardust Rebellion had saved Earth. Now it would shape the future of human civilization among the stars. As Ilara looked up at the night sky, no longer a realm of mystery, but a frontier waiting to be explored, she felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. The next chapter in human history was about to begin, and its first words were yet to be written. Race against time. 5 years after the initial invasion, Earth had transformed. Gleaming cities rose from the ashes of destruction, their architecture a blend of human ingenuity and reverse-engineered alien technology. The skies buzzed with activity as the first generation of mass-produced spacecraft, built for both defense and exploration, patrolled Earth's orbit. But beneath the surface of progress, a new threat loomed. Dr. Ilara Chen, now heading the Global Space Initiative, received a chilling report from the deep space monitoring stations scattered throughout the solar system. "It's a massive fleet," she informed the Emergency Council, her voice grave. "Larger than anything we've encountered before. They'll reach our solar system in approximately 6 months." The news sent shockwaves through the recovering world. Humanity had made great strides, but were they ready to face an even greater alien force? General Sandra Hawkins, her hair now streaked with gray, leaned forward. "We've come too far to give up now. What are our options?" The council chamber erupted into a flurry of suggestions and debates. Some advocated for strengthening Earth's defenses, others for taking the fight to the approaching enemy. But it was Zora Patel, now a leading weapons developer, who proposed the most audacious plan. "We use the artifact," she said, her eyes gleaming with the fire of inspiration. "Not as a weapon, but as a beacon. We've only scratched the surface of its capabilities. I believe it can be modified to send a signal across the galaxy, a call for help." The idea was met with skepticism and hope in equal measure. Dr. Raj Kapoor, who had been studying the artifact for years, spoke up. "It's possible, but risky. We don't fully understand the artifact's power. Using it on such a scale could have unforeseen consequences." As the debate raged, Captain Yuki Tanaka, recently returned from a deep space reconnaissance mission, offered a different perspective. "In my travels, I've encountered traces of other civilizations, ones that might have faced these invaders before. If we can find them, form alliances, we might stand a better chance." The council was split, time was running out, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. In the end, it was decided to pursue both options simultaneously. Ilara would lead a team to modify the artifact, while Yuki would embark on a desperate mission to seek out potential allies. The next months were a whirlwind of activity. Every resource, every mind was bent towards preparing for the coming storm. Nations that had once been bitter enemies now worked side by side, united by the common threat. In orbit, the largest shipyards humanity had ever built worked around the clock, constructing a fleet that they hoped would be able to stand against the alien Armada. On the ground, civilian bunkers were expanded and stocked, and evacuation protocols were put in place. Zara Patel and her team worked tirelessly on advancing Earth's defensive capabilities. They developed swarms of AI-controlled drones, capable of coordinating complex attack patterns. New weapons were created, designed to exploit the weaknesses they had discovered in alien technology. Meanwhile, deep in the secret Himalayan facility, Ilara and Dr. Kapoor grappled with the artifact's enigmatic power. Each test brought new revelations and new dangers. More than once, the energy unleashed threatened to tear the facility apart. "We're dealing with forces we barely understand," Raj cautioned after a particularly close call. "Are we sure this is wise?" Ilara, her face etched with exhaustion and determination, nodded. "We don't have a choice. It's this or face annihilation." As the deadline approached, tension ratcheted up across the globe. In every city on every continent, people looked to the skies with a mixture of fear and defiance. They had beaten the odds once before. Could they do it again? 3 weeks before the projected arrival of the alien fleet, a breakthrough came from an unexpected quarter. Thomas Blackwell, the former teacher turned resistance leader, now working with a global network of civilian scientists, made a startling discovery. "We've been analyzing the patterns of alien attacks from the first invasion," he reported excitedly. "There's a rhythm to it, almost like a language. We think we can predict their tactics, maybe even communicate with them." This new information was a game changer. If they could anticipate the aliens' moves, they might be able to counter them more effectively. And if communication was possible, perhaps conflict could be avoided altogether. As the final days ticked down, humanity held its collective breath. Ilara and her team worked frantically to complete the modifications to the artifact. Yuki's ship, the Stardancer, raced back from the edges of known space, carrying vital intelligence about potential allies. In orbit, General Hawkins oversaw the final preparations of Earth's defense fleet. Ships of all sizes took up strategic positions, their crews a mix of veterans from the First War and fresh recruits burning with determination to protect their home. 72 hours before the projected arrival, Ilara's team activated the modified artifact. A pulse of energy unlike anything they had ever seen before erupted from the device, rippling out across the solar system and beyond. Whether it was a call for help or a beacon that would doom them all, only time would tell. As the alien fleet entered the solar system, humanity stood ready. They were no longer the helpless victims they had been 5 years ago. They were warriors, scientists, explorers, a species that had looked into the abyss of extinction and clawed their way back. Ilara stood on the bridge of the flagship, Earth gleaming blue and beautiful below. Whatever happened next would determine the future not just of humanity, but of all life in the galaxy. As the first alien ships appeared on the long-range scanners, she took a deep breath. The race against time was over. The true test was about to begin.